let's continue here. So the second step, we mentioned that you become the average of the 5 people that you surround with. It's so important to understand this, my friends. Because if you want to raise your standards, you have to surround with people that are already there. If you want to become financially independent, you have to surround with people that are already there. If you want to improve your health, you have to surround people that have already accomplished that goal. Yes or yes?
Yes.
If you want to improve your relationships, you have to surround with people, with a couple that have already taken that to the next level. So you learn from them, so you model. But it's so important to understand this, that a lot of people limit themselves because they surround with people that have lower standards than themselves. And people have the tendency to lower their standards. And because of that, they cannot go beyond what they want to do. So it's so important. Now, a lot of people say, well, Orlando, so what happened? I mean, if those people that I surround with are my family and my loved ones, well, my friends, it's important to understand that you will always love your family. Your family will, it's going to be there. Your brother, your sister, or your parents. You will always love them, no matter what. However, you have to choose your peers. You love your family, but you choose your peers, the people that you surround with most of the time. Make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So again, I mean, you want to improve the game of basketball. Are you going to be playing with somebody that plays less than you? No. You want to improve the game of chess. Somebody. How many people play chess over here? Okay. When you play chess, you don't play with somebody that plays less than you. Otherwise, you won't grow, right? You have to. If you want to grow, you have to raise your standards. You have to always raise your standards consistently. Yes or yes?
Yes.
There is a scripture that the King Solomon wrote in Proverbs 13:20. It says, those people who surround themselves with losers. I'm paraphrasing over here. But basically it says that if you surround yourself with people that are not educated in a way, you will actually get hurt. If you surround yourself with wise people, you will become wise. That's what the scripture says basically. I'm just paraphrasing over here. It's Proverbs 13:20. It's interesting that most of the stuff that we're talking about here is already in the scriptures. And the scriptures are a very wise book, and for many people it's the word of God. But I'm not here to talk about religion, of course. I'm just here to tell you about what works and what has worked for me in my life. So having said that, of course, once in a while I'll be talking about some of the scriptures that I have used, and because these scriptures have helped me. So since they have helped me, I believe that it will help you too. But again, taking into consideration that I'm not talking about religion here. Make sense?
Yes.
So we're just opening up to say, hey, that sounds good. So that is scripture. 13:20, Proverbs, King Solomon, the wisest, considered to be the wisest man throughout history, right? Not only the wisest, but the richest man in the history of the world. King Solomon, right? He's a guy that we can learn from him, right? You think we can learn something from him?
Yes.
Absolutely. So here, once in a while we talk about some of the things that he had mentioned. Because yes, you have to model the people that have done it before. And that's what we're talking about here. So again, raising your standards has a lot to do with you become the average of the 5 people that you surround with. Remember that. If you are not getting what you want, maybe it's time for you to start thinking about the people that you surround with. Because again, people that you surround with, they don't want to lose you. And sometimes they are at a lower standard. I'm not talking about level, standard. Their standards are lower. They have lower standards than you, and therefore what is the natural way is that you're going to lower your standards because you don't want them to feel bad. Does that make sense what I'm talking about here?
Yes.
So make sure that you choose wisely, choose your peers wisely. That's right. Misery loves company.